Welcome back to the Power of Manifestation. My name is Andrea Miller, and I am so excited to be hosting this session called Main Character Energy, Rewrite Your Story of Doubt and Pain and Rise into Radiance, Authenticity, and Self-Love. Your dreams, what lights you up and makes you feel amazing and most alive, deserve starring roles in your life. And my guest today is the person to help you realize this. My guest goes by Love Again Jen. She has mastered being her own radiant main character and teaches others how to do so brilliantly, as you see. And she's got the coolest whiteboard. You guys are going to fall in love with. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, come on, we know Love Again Jen, and we're following her. We're one of her like bazillion Instagram and TikTok followers. But for those of you who aren't familiar, she is amazing. So Jennifer is an artist who makes deep spiritual truth feel simple, clear, and real. She breaks down complex, energetic concepts in a way even a first grader could understand, so her students can stop overthinking and start receiving. More of that, please. Jen teaches that the law of attraction is always calling you, that everything in the universe is vibration, and that to manifest your dreams, you must become a vibrational match, which means starting with healing that which holds you back. So get ready to remember your dreams were placed with you for a reason, and it's your responsibility to heal so that you can rise with radiance and attract love, abundance, and be authentic, not only for yourself, but for generations to come. If you don't have your journal and handbook, grab it real quick. You can go to Power of Manifestation right now and grab it. If you're just like, nah, I don't need it, just make sure you have a notebook or something. You're going to find that Jen has so many insights and takeaways. You're going to want to take notes. And by the way, this is not a spectator sport. I want you to take the notes so you can come back and internalize it, to learn it and live it, right? That is what is key to being a vibrational match. It's not just being entertained, okay? With that, Jen, welcome to this amazing event. I'm so glad to get to talk to you and to learn from you today.
Hey, thank you so much.
Let's start with the law of attraction. You say that the law of attraction is trying to reach you, that your dreams are seeking you. Are you open up to receiving them? And I realize that's a lot, but let's start there by, maybe what you mean by that and helping us understand how to tap into the law of attraction so we can actually reach these dreams.
So there's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to the law of attraction. A lot of people think that it's trying to pull in 3D things. I'm trying to pull in the money. I'm trying to pull in the person, like it's outside of us. But the law of attraction goes on a very, very deeper level that not many people immediately grasp. So listen to me when I say that every single thing that you want is constantly being attracted to you. Every single desire that you've ever had, there's a reason why you have it. There's a reason why you feel that frustration, like it's on the way. And there's this frustration of, where is it? Where is it? And so you take these courses about how to manifest these things in. But little do we not realize that it's already within us. And here's exactly what I'm saying. So right here, I have a drawing of energy. So think about this as just simply energy. Energy, energy, energy. Everything that you want, it's an energy. Money is a vibration. People are vibrations. And at first, we think that we live in a 3D world. So in science class, we learned that solids are made of little atoms, right? What creates a solid? It's little atoms. So if we think about it on a scientific level and on a spiritual level, every solid is made of atoms, and when they're bunched together, they vibrate outwards. So the law of vibration is every single thing is a vibration. So the person that you want, they're a vibration. And the money that you want is a vibration. And so whatever you believe in, I truly believe in God, but God is constantly trying to love you. He's constantly trying to give you the things that you want because you are meant to receive and fulfill your purpose. The money that you want, you're meant to receive it so you can take care of your family, so you can retire your parents, so that you never worry about money again. That's your purpose. You're here to receive abundance. However, you might have experienced that the abundance isn't here. You might have experienced, it kind of feels like this. It kind of feels like, well, Jen, all the energy is trying to find me. How come it's not here? We have these blocks. And these blocks are created not only through our fears of we don't think it's possible, or I don't deserve to be loved, or I don't deserve the money, or money is greedy. Society gives us these blocks. Society tells us that you have to go to school, you got to be in a straight line, and that what you think is possible is not possible. When we're children, we think everything is possible. When we're children, we're so happy, we're so creative, we're so imaginative, and we believe that we can have anything that we want. But then schooling tells us, no, you got to get a job, you got to go to school, you got to have the house, blah, blah, blah. So it creates these limitations. When we understand that the universe is constantly trying to give us energy, at first, all of our limitations come up of that's not true. That's not true. So these are negative energies that are given to us at a very young age, whether that's through what your parents believe is possible for you or what the school believes is possible for you. And remember how I said everything is vibration in this universe. Your thoughts are vibrations. Your feelings are vibrations. You're a vibration. Your puppy is a vibration. Your phone is a vibration. Your house is a vibration. Remember, every single solid is a vibration. And also your thoughts. So when we have these thoughts that are programmed into us of I can't do it, or making $1 million a day is impossible, we have these ideas within us. And what happens is it pushes away the energy. It pushes away the love that's trying to find you. Society wants this to happen. Society wants you to feel small. Society wants you to feel like you are not a worthy match with everything that you want. So you might have learned in math class that there's only positive and negative energy to infinity. That's it. Positive and negative. There's no in between. The yin and the yang, night and day, heaven and purgatory. There's only positive and negative. So if there's constantly positive energy that's constantly trying to find you, it's not here. The only equation is that it is being pushed away. The negative is pushing it away. Society tells you that it's not possible. Society tells you that you have to go down one route. You have to pretend to be somebody that you're not in order to make money, in order to live, in order to be loved. You know, on a first date, you constantly have to try and impress them. You can't be yourself. You know, when you're trying to get that job, you're pretending to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah, I would just chime in. I feel like just adding to that society thing, that making money is hard, that work is hard. It's hard to find a great job. It's hard, like there are no good guys out there, right? So much of what I feel like you're saying is programmed out there societally. And then for a lot of us, we're getting that unconsciously from our parents, from the people around us. And it becomes this inner narrative that we just take as true. Those are the blocks that are preventing the law of attraction from working to our advantage. Do you think that's right?
Exactly. It's a cultivation. It can manifest so there's either positive or negative. The negative can manifest as your teacher was mean to you, your parents were mean to you, society told you, the movie told you that it's not possible for you. So I see it as there's demons that fly around this world. There's viruses that fly around the world, and we feel it, and we feel like, oh, it's not possible for me. And we start to tell ourselves exactly what you said. Is we feel the fears, and especially, it goes very deep into what you brought up of your parents. What your parents believed is possible was projected onto you. And so what we do is we repeat the generations over and over and over as to what is possible.
It's an inception, right? And to your point, like, and our parents got it from their parents and their parents and their parents. And so it becomes this embedding that we as individuals, again, main characters, have to wake up to and go, well, that's not true. And we're going to get to you. You have such amazing work, teachings on shadow work. You've got this amazing ebook. By the way, folks, you can get it for free. The sort of basic one that Jen has created. And then there's a really extra beautiful one that you can also buy from her website, The Shadow Within. It's super powerful. And this is so foundational. So we're going to get into that. But before we do, I want everybody to feel as on fire as I do, listening to Jen, learning from Jen. You talk about how anything is possible, and you mean that seriously, and that the universe is unlimited. And you've seen it even in your own life. You talk so beautifully about some of your own setbacks and how you were able to break through. Can you just talk a little bit more about this idea that literally anything is possible. That is main character energy. Like, if for everybody listening, talking to you, because I've gone through some of these heartaches and setbacks myself. And when you finally go, oh my God, that's actually true. It's not just a trope. When you feel that, snap, everything opens up.
Yes. So like I'm saying here, everything is possible. So remember from math class, you learned that energy is either positive or negative to infinity. So it goes on a loop. It's infinite. There are multiple laws in physics that talk about Newton's laws, about infinite energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So if you can imagine it, it exists. It's unlimited. So I've actually never thought about this, but while you were speaking, I just saw this visual of, if you can imagine, if you believe that something is possible for you, like a child who believes in unicorns. When we're children, when we're bright and pure, before society tells us what to do, we literally feel that unicorns and mermaids and everything exists. I can be a superstar. I can be a superhero. And that voice is pushed down dark, dark room for the rest of our lives. So when you believe in yourself, what happens is the power of belief. A vibration comes out into the universe that it's possible because you see it. And what happens is, take a look. I have a green ring, green vibration. Therefore, the more that you believe in something, remember, everything's trying to find you. That green energy source will finally reach you. The more that you believe that it's possible. Let's do another one. The more that you believe that it's possible for you to make more money, you truly 100% believe it in your heart. You let go of all the demons that tell you it's not possible, it's not possible. You truly believe in a vibration, guess what's going to happen? The universe, the orange arrow that's constantly trying to find you can finally find you because you're a vibrational match. So you might have heard that the law of attraction is like attracts like. It's a very, very positive or popular.
Positive, no pun intended. We're talking energy.
Like attracts like. So every single thing, who you are, you attract in like vibrations. What you think, you attract in like vibrations. You're a vibrational match. You are a magnet. So the reason why you attract in these things, why? Why do we attract in this energy? Why is God constantly trying to love us? Why? Because we have a magnet within us. What is this magnet? It's the energy. It's your soul. Your soul is the universe. Now, I know that's very profound at first. What are you talking about? The universe lives within you. So when we're talking about the main character energy, what that is translated into spirituality is you are the source. You are the creator of your reality. You create what you think. You create what you receive. You create the universe. You are the universe. God lives within you. And you, every single person, not just you, everyone around you is the universe. So we're all, you might have heard, a collective consciousness. Now that's another deeper level of seeing this, but we are all the universe. And the more that we embody the universe within us, like you said, we heal the negativity. We realize our power. And like we talked about, this is very simple. This is very first grade. But there's a whole process of how you undo this. There's a whole process of how you heal your soul.
Yeah. And it just, as you speak, what comes to mind for me is like this visual. It's like we're each a portal and we each have so much more power than we realize. It's like our feelings, our beliefs, that's the portal. Like that's where there is tremendous, like unbelievable, unlimited power. You kind of suggested we do a little exercise about having, really visualizing and feeling, because that's ultimately it, right? It's overriding all that negativity that was programmed into us, as I like to say in my journal, that was dumped onto me, right? And it's like, talk about like being main character. We need a better script. We need to upgrade our scripts, right? So can you just walk us through that exercise?
Perfect. So we're talking about the future. So let me get one thing straight. Time doesn't exist. Time is an illusion. Time is a construct. Time does not exist. Every planet has different time. Are we kidding me? Somebody made up that it's Monday. Somebody made up that it's noon. There is no such thing as time. So there's no such thing as the future. There is only the present moment. So if we're playing a video game where there's only the present moment, If that helps you, let's talk about this though. We're going to say the future version of you, the version that you want to become, already lives within you. So this version, like you said, what are they thinking? And what are they feeling? This version of them, they're emitting certain vibrations throughout the day. Certain vibrations, affirmations of, I am worthy of being loved. I'm so grateful for all the money. I'm so grateful for my partner. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But like you brought up, we have our present moment, present, then there's us. Then there's you, who believes it's not possible for me. That's impossible. There's absolutely no way that I can follow my dreams or that all these things, I'm limiting all these limiting beliefs, whatever you have, it emits a vibration. So the exercise that was taught to me by Joe Dispenza, very, very beautiful, beautiful doctor, is you have to feel and Neville Goddard, you have to feel the energy now. This is not future. This is not future, but eventually, this is the now. You have to feel this now. So the hard part about this is we are human beings. Our brains are designed to stay the same, to do the same things over and over and over, think the same things over and over and over. Our neural pathways, that's our homeostasis. So you have neural pathways that are wired to think the same things over and over and over. But when you tell yourself, I already have it, you're tapping into this purple version of you. When you even say out loud or think, even though if you don't believe it just yet, I already have it. I already have it. When you are grateful for the things that you already have, even if you're in poverty, even if you're on the side of the road, when you're grateful, you're going to emit this gratitude. Because the version of you, they're so happy that they already have whatever it is. So whatever your desire is, let's put it in this box, okay? They have it. So you emit that vibration of I already have it. The universe hears it, and guess what? Remember, it's going to be received when you vibrate. But here's the problem. Every single person is like, I don't have it. I don't have it yet. So they're vibrating, I don't have it yet. I don't have it. And then guess what? They keep manifesting that they don't have it. So that's a big misconception when it comes to manifestation, that I want it, it's in front of me, it's outside of me. But what I want you to do is throughout your journaling, throughout your daily affirmations, looking into the mirror, mirrors are plurals, you tell yourself, I already have it. And if you are a Christian, if you are believing in the Lord, when we pray, we're grateful for the things that we already have. We are grateful of whatever it is. If you are grateful for a pencil, it is the same vibration as I am grateful for my mother. There's very big differences between my mother and a pencil. But when you vibrate just gratitude in general, that's why people who are homeless can be the happiest, because they're just like, I'm so grateful that I'm alive today. I'm so grateful because there are some people that don't wake up. Some people don't have that chance. So what you have to do is you really have to fight those neural pathways that have been programmed. Those neural pathways, think about it. Your brain, your nervous system, your genetics were given to you by who? Your parents. Those were the negative programs, like you said. So manifestation is really about you becoming the best version of you. It's not trying to pull in things. And God wants us to become the best version of us so we can serve our purpose, so we can show who we are, and we can create a heaven on earth.
Well, and to your point, that then becomes, I mean, I take this really seriously, that each of us has responsibility to ourselves. And then I would contend, in addition to the future generations, all the people around us, right? Because when I give myself permission to step into the highest, most empowered version of myself, that is implicitly giving others permission to do so. And we're all social creatures, right? And we're all learning, and we're picking, and I feel like that's on the positive, and then on the negative, speaking of energy, it's like the same is true, right? When we have so much self-doubt and lack of gratitude and so forth. In fact, if anything, those negative emotions are apparently even more contagious. So I think when we're all doing this individually to reach our own dreams and heal and step into that higher version of ourselves, there is this really wonderful ripple effect.
You're really right. Positive energy it's contagious. You inspire everyone around you through the collective energy. And so the things that you feel throughout the day, let's say that we could literally measure it with a machine, what someone's thinking and feeling throughout the day. Manifestation is 24/7. It's not just an activity. It's 24/7. Every single thing that you think and every single thing that you feel. So if you could measure exactly, let's say we walk into the version of us in 2035, they have everything. This is exactly what they're feeling. They're feeling grateful. They're feeling joyful. They're feeling completion. They're feeling these things. Let's say we could do that. These are vibrations. Everything in the world is vibration. You name it, it's a vibration. Great gratitude, vibration. Complete vibration. Whatever they're eating, whatever they're exercising, they're sleeping, every single thing matters what this version of them is doing. So if you take a look at your life here, most of us don't want to admit what we're actually doing throughout the day. We're thinking about the past. We're thinking about our ex. We're telling ourselves we need to lose weight. We feel like we have to work and we have to hustle, grind, and burn ourselves out. These are low frequencies.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm like beyond excited about just the pure reframing of it all. Like, and I've been doing this stuff for a long time, and even I'm like, oh my gosh, I mean, hustle culture and grind and hard work. It's like all those words have energy. The thinking of it has energy. I have found myself literally like throughout the day and in conversations with people like, wait, but let's push back on that, right? Because to upend those things, especially in our society, like I feel like from Christian society to American capitalism, there is a degree of judgment and criticism, and things have to be hard. But I would say if for those of you who are Christian, Christ's teachings isn't that. It's love and self-compassion and those things that then, if we're really embodying it, give us that radiance and give us that energy. So let me just go back to the list you were making, because I think a lot of times it's like, hey, imagine yourself in your dream house. Imagine yourself in your dream job. Imagine yourself with your dream partner. Imagine all these things outside of yourself. I feel like you're saying something really profound and different. You're saying, make that list of how you feel. The joy, the gratitude, the self-love and so forth. Do you feel like it's more important to embody those feelings or to be really consciously calling in the dream house, the dream job, the dream partner? And not that they're mutually exclusive, but I do feel like for people to understand, like it's coming from the inside out can be a big game changer.
This is a great question. So the reason why you want the house, the reason why you want the car, and the reason why you want the person is how they're going to make you feel when you get it. Because if you ask any rich person, they'll tell you, when I had everything, I still felt nothing within. You chase after it, but it doesn't, remember, everything is a vibration. Yes, the house has a cool vibration, but what's going on within your vibration? So we chase after the feelings. Everything, our hearts and how our hearts feel are more important than the 3D. So the greatest ironic thing is when you need nothing, when you don't need anything, you just want to find inner peace, that's when you attract in tons of money, tons of energy, because you're operating from this authenticity, that main character energy from the source. So you want these vibrations. You don't want the car. Your car is going to rust when you go to heaven. You want to impress people. That's what you want. You want to impress people. You want to impress yourselves. So I like that you brought that up. A lot of people get that mixed up. If they want the house, no, you want the joy that it's going to give you. So feel it now. When you feel it now, you literally put on, like, when you feel it now, guess what? Guess what happens? When you feel it now, the universe gives it to you. The universe is very obedient. If you say, I already have that house, I already have it, you're operating from you already have it, You're finally grateful for the things you already have. God is like, finally, and then he can give it to you.
Whether people know others directly, or we've all heard these stories where, and you touched on this, but I just really want to drive the point home, where there is great financial wealth, a beautiful home, all the material items in the 3D world, and these are people that are shells of themselves, right? And now I know people will be like, but I'd still like to be in a mansion than a shack. Okay, I get that. But to be miserable in a mansion, that is not winning. That is like main character in the middle of the movie trying to figure it out, versus at the end where it's like, snap.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up?
You put in front of us a really cool map of consciousness.
This was a creation of Dr. Hawkins. He believed that every single thing is vibration. He measured that every single thing is vibration. He even took alcohol and he was able to measure that it has a low vibration of below 200 hertz. So if you take a look here, all these colors show different vibrations. So there's abandonment, loss, anxiety, need, and these are frequencies. These are vibrations that we get to choose to feel. And if you look higher and higher and higher, this is where we reach heaven. Heaven is towards that enlightenment. Heaven in the quantum field is the purple, where we're one with ourselves, where we're presence, unity, inner love, inner wisdom, awareness, filling ourselves with the source. When you don't need anything, you vibrate high. So this is a scale of the vibrations, but most people, like you said, they've been trained, they've been programmed to vibrate low. They've been trained to constantly feel that. And unfortunately, our brains are addicted to those low vibrations. That's all we feel is possible for us.
Well, it's normal and safe, even though it's not good for you. But go ahead.
Oh yes, it's not good for you, but we don't know any better. That's what we believe that life is. And so when we zoom out of this entire picture and we remind ourselves that everything is vibration, every single thing that you've ever been through, every single thing that you think, every single thing ever, a car, a house, a person can be measured through this map. This map of consciousness is everything.
Yeah, and I'm just going to call out some of these. So at the very bottom, and I know everybody's looking at this with me, but just to speak it from anti-life and destruction and abandonment and loss, and we've all been there. And by the way, those things, they are signals to what needs to get healed. So this isn't at all to shame anybody who or feels anxiety or so forth. To me, these are really beautiful signals from source, from God, from the universe that say, pay attention. You do that healing work, and that's how you go up up this, I don't want to say ladder, but I guess it's a ladder of sorts, to trust, to inner will, inner light, inner wisdom, inner love, unity, presence, all the way to full consciousness. I love even kind of toward the top in purple, that I am presence. When I think main character energy, I think agency. I think, oh my God, I've got this. And recognizing even at times when maybe we were having a little glitch even in our recording a little while ago, and it's like, okay, I'm cool with the glitch. It's teaching me something, right? Versus kind of falling back down into that victim mentality. Like it really becomes a choice. And I love it that it is back to consciousness. It's like, am I going to frame this as this is happening to me? And I feel like this whole business of this life happening to me or for me, if you really embody and embrace that it is happening for you, that to me is how you can not only ascend this map of consciousness, but you can stay there. And then it's like you have a higher baseline and can go higher and higher.
I do struggle to comprehend emotions and feelings and women.
So what you're bringing up now is the mirror. This is a deep, 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 deep truth that everything, all these frequencies, everything that happens to you, whether it's a glitch, whether it's a car accident, when you shift that perspective of it's happening for me, what that really means is it's showing something. It's showing something about you. So every single thing is vibration. Remember, like attracts like. This is the prime foundation. Like attracts like. So if like attracts like, and everything is frequency, there's you. And everybody that's attracted into your life is a mirror of you. You both have the same vibration. Now, at first, you'd be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? How is this car accident? How is this glitch? How is this thing mirroring me? Most people.
How is this annoying person mirroring me, Jen?
Yes,
They're so
yes.
annoying. I
Yes.
can't stand them. They suck. I mean, right? Haven't we all been in that? That person's such a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Snap. That's saying something about me, right?
Yes. This is where the healing, this is literally where the healing comes from. At first, this concept is, it's really, people don't like it, but this is how you heal. So like attracts like. Every person that you've ever attracted, whether it's your boss, whether it's your ex, whether it's your sister, your mom, I don't care. They are mirroring you. So most of us think that we are a good person. So a great example I like to bring up is, let's say you attract in an alcoholic. You have an alcoholic in your life, but you're not an alcoholic. How is that a mirror of you? What most people do is they break up with the alcoholic. Like, no, it's not good for me. I'm sober. I'm great. I don't have anything to work on. But really, they were showing you, like you said, it's happening for you. They were showing you something. So they have a red vibration right here. The math is not mathing, but here's what's happening. There is a vibration within you that you are not conscious of, that it is being attracted to. Most of us do not know what this is. Most of us have not done the shadow work. Most of us haven't identified the limiting beliefs that they're constantly thinking. It's our ego. Our ego constantly tells us that we're doing everything right, and all we have to do is break up with these people and protect our energy. But really, every single person, place, and thing, whether it's a car accident, whether it's debt in the mail, is a reflection of you, because like frequencies are attracted to like frequencies. So the beautiful thing about this is, think about this not as two people, but this is your life. Your life is negative. You have negative things being attracted to your life. So if we think about it, how do we heal this? We identify what that is. What is that? What is that thought? What is that feeling? What is that event that happened to you? When you do the shadow work, you cry, you release, you identify. Then guess what? It's kind of like healing a tumor. It's exactly like healing a tumor. Tumors are manifestations of fear, manifested into the physical from our mind. So when we heal the tumor, when we heal it, it's no longer emitting that negative vibration. Guess what happens? And this happens over a couple of years, okay? This is very, very simple. Very simply said, but not easily done. What happens is, when we heal ourselves, this person, according to the law of attraction, is no longer a vibrational match. You are no longer going to attract in toxic bosses that don't pay you. You are no longer going to attract in toxic men that don't open doors for you, that don't buy you flowers, that don't treat you like a queen. You, guess what you attract in? You attract in a person that matches your vibration. And this is the greatest healing that a human being can do. Because like we talked about earlier, guess what? You're going to give this energy, this healed energy, to your children. And if you're like, no, I don't want kids. I don't have children. I don't want kids. Here's the thing. We got to talk about this. You are an infinite being. Remember, unlimited energy. Newton's law of conservation. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So what happens is, you need to heal yourself, because when you pass away, you don't just go out like that. You don't just leave. You either go to heaven or you reincarnate. Energy goes somewhere. Whatever you believe in, your energy goes somewhere. So what happens is, what you want to do at the end of your life is, you want to heal the mirrors. You want to heal what's happening for you, what's being attracted into your life. You don't want your children to also have to deal with toxic people. No. What you're going to do is, you're going to bring this energy to your next lifetime. Your soul is going to go to another lifetime. Let's say this is 2070. Next lifetime. Then you're going to bring this to year 3070. This healed energy will never die. And the pain that you feel was given to you from your previous lifetime. So when we look at this as our moral obligation of I need to learn what is happening within me, so I stop attracting, also stop pushing away the good energy, so that I can give this to my children, I can give this to my next lifetime. And society wants everybody to keep reincarnating through fear and have
Yeah.
anger.
Well, big
Yes.
time. Yeah, because that you can control people when they're afraid. You can't control people nearly as much when they have agency and are like, hey, I'm going to live life on my terms versus I need to comply. But I wanted to share something that's really personal to me. I mean, when I think about just the changes that I've made as a leader in my marriage with my kids, as I've changed and become more like so intentionally more healed, the shift in my marriage has been dramatic. The shift with my kids has been dramatic. The shift with my team is like, Andrea, we like you so much better now. And our company is doing so much better, right? Because we are all, like you keep saying, like we're all energy. And so how I'm showing up differently is literally causing these changes. And by the way, I still have problems. There are still issues and challenges in my life, but how I show up for those issues and challenges cause the outcome to be so different. And I reframe them all the time. Okay, this challenging thing happened. Oh, that's an opportunity, right? Versus, oh crap, it's happening to me again. And so I really love, Jen, that you're driving home this point of how all the people around us are genuinely mirrors. And guys, talking to you, this is the greatest news ever. Because if you're like, everyone around me is a jerk, guess what? That is good news. You can change that. If you're like, listen, I mean, I feel like, no matter where you are on the journey, guys, you have more power and more agency than you realize. And that, to me, this whole business of really internalizing everything around us is genuinely a mirror of what's happening from within. It is, when you internalize that, it is the greatest gift ever, because then you can do something about it, right? That's taking you from that lower consciousness, from the map we were looking at, that victim place. And by the way, a lot of us were abused as kids. A lot of us had alcoholism in our families. A lot of us, these things that happened to us are real. But now, as people with agency, as portals, as embodiments of source, we get to change that. And that is the greatest news ever. So Jen, talk about doing the healing work. How do we go from that feeling of lack? And I mean, back to even all this we were talking about, oh, everything has to be stressful. Oh, I got to hustle. No, you don't. And I used to believe that too. I'm a recovering workaholic that lived by the grind, wore it as a freaking badge of honor. I'm telling you guys, it is not a badge of honor to grind. It is just not. Like, that is low vibe, right? What is high vibe is to say, I do work that I love. I get to talk to people that I love. I get to show up in ways that feel great and are inspiring. And I can only do this now because I've done a ton of work, including with Joe Dispenza. Love him. But Jen, you are our teacher. You're a Prof. Jen now. So what are the 2 or 3 main things that you want people to start doing in addition to, I talked about it a minute ago, but Jen's beautiful book, The Shadow Within, is a series of illustrations. It makes people cry. It gets into their hearts, guys. So take advantage of this in particular. But Jen, I'm going to, again, be quiet and let you teach us.
Yes. So the reason why my name is Love Again, Jen, what does it mean to love again? When I first thought of the name a couple of years ago, it's like to love my inner child again. So our inner child, the version of us that was pure, that believed that anything was possible, that vibrated, that allowed the Lord to love, vibrates very high before society ruined them. And then there's you. So we have these shadows within us, like we talked about, that literally have a vibration. It repels away good people, good things. But in order to truly, truly heal, we tell ourselves, our inner child is not just a little kid. At the time, our bodies were very, very small, and it wasn't quite grown. But let's think about the soul. What was the soul that this little one had? The soul was pure. The soul was at peace. When you were born, you didn't walk up to the mirror and be like, oh, my lips need to be bigger. No, you don't care what you look like. You don't hurt other people. You would never hurt a fly. So these are programs of you need to be different. No. When you were a child, you were peaceful, you were pure. And this is what Louise Hay taught me, is you love the inner child, but it's not a child, it's your soul. So we need to understand, this is simply your soul. So when you love your soul again, society teaches you not to love your soul. Society teaches you to be somebody that you're not, to constantly wear makeup, to constantly put on clothes, to constantly put all these different things to impress each other. But at the end of the day, we feel that emptiness. Okay, we're not going to keep going on and on and on with that, but that's the truth. Our soul purely wants to be at peace. It purely wants to be at joy and purity, abundance. That's all it is. That's our pure state of mind. Remember the first drawing. Remember how everything is constantly trying to be you because you are a magnet. You were a magnet when you were a child. So, in order to truly heal, a method is to return to your inner child, because they were the version of you that was the most pure. They were the version of you before you attracted the virus. It's kind of like that feeling, like whenever you're sick, you're like, I really wish I didn't have this sickness anymore. It's exactly the same thing. So one biggest takeaway is return to your soul. Not only the shadow work, identify what the shadows are, identify what happened to you, blah, blah, blah. But returning to, what does your inner child really want? What did she want? When I was younger, all I wanted to do was I wanted to do what I'm doing today. That's all I wanted to do. When I was young, I started manifestation studies when I was 7. I was drawn to it. When you're a child, you are drawn to things that you are meant to do. You're drawn to the arts. You're drawn to expression. You're drawn to dancing. But guess what? People tell you it's not possible. You have to become somebody else. So you have to love yourself again. You have to return to this version of you. Ask yourself, what did I like doing as a child? Who did I surround myself with? Which Disney princess were you attracted to? Remember, each Disney princess has a different vibration. Which one were you attracted to? Did you like superheroes? Which superhero did you like? You are literally a superhero. The more that you own the power within you, you can save other people. Imagine Spider-Man. If he constantly was like, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough. Oh, what if people judge me with my tights? Everybody feels that. If you don't go out and be your superhero self, if you don't chase after the dreams that your inner child wanted, you're always going to feel this void no matter what mansion you're living in, no matter what car you have. That's what truly it is. And it even goes deeper. Like when you are empty, you treat other people the exact same way. You treat yourself the exact same way. It is mirrored everywhere. So not only do you heal the mirrors that are showing you what to heal, but you return to this version of you. The happiest people are connected to their soul. The happiest people are connected. This is your purpose.
Well, and that to me gets back to this whole business of authenticity and why genuinely authentic people are the magnetic ones, right? Because they've taken off those masks, like you're talking about. You feel compelled to impress people, to be liked, to be a people pleaser, and every time that you do that, it's like you're kind of damaging yourself that much more. And I mean, I've been, first to say, I did that a lot more. And you do it, especially when you've come from a certain amount of chaos or trauma, you do these things. It's adaptive. I mean, you do it to cope. You do it to make sure you survive. But back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the session, if you stay stuck there, well, then that's your reality, right? If you don't say, okay, that was a survival tactic, now I need to change that. But that, I mean, to me, this whole business of having the courage and the ability to get to that authentic self where, we're tapped into our soul. We've done that inner child work. I mean, that's where the magic is, right? And to me, it's back to whether you have the fancy car or the big house. At that point, it matters a whole lot less because I always think of it as manifestation from the inside out. Because when you have the joy, when you have the gratitude, when you feel peace, I'm like, the older I get, the more it's like, peace is so underrated. Because if you've been hustling and grinding and stressing and struggling and you just live peacefully, it's like, oh man, this feels so good. But the magic to me then really happens is when you're in that place of peace and joy and gratitude, then the synchronicities happen. Then the doors open. Then the abundance comes in, right? Like it feels like it is just almost too simple. But that's what you've experienced, and having watched you quite a bit, it's my understanding. It's what I've experienced. But Jen, let me ask you this: is there a healing practice, either that you teach or that you did yourself, that helped you go from lack to the? I mean, you talk about the abundance that you've generated from having, really some serious financial issues, to having this really abundant practice that you love. And you can see that you love it because you're so radiant and you have this amazing following, right? So what are one or two of the healing practices that you would recommend people try if this is new to them?
A couple things come to mind, but you asked which one is the most profound.
Yeah, don't give us a third-rate one. We want number one, girl.
Okay. There's really two different options. I like how you said it's crazy how simple this can be, because there's only positive and negative. It's either that you're pushing away things or you're pulling them in. That's it. There's only push and pull. There's only positive and negatives in enough. And so when it comes to healing, you can either visit the deep, dark, negative energies within you, or you can focus on the positive, bright energies to focus on. However, Carl Jung, who was the creator of shadows, the term of shadows, is he believed that you don't achieve healing by chasing positive affirmations, but by healing the anchor that is holding you down. Because you can do it, but most people, they don't realize, like we drew, they don't realize this. So I personally enjoy focusing on this darkness, the shadows within us, rather than the positivities. Now, there's a beautiful Ho'oponopono prayer that I would highly recommend.
Do it.
The Ho'oponopono prayer is, I learned this from Joe Vitale, Dr. Hugh Len, which is absolutely transformational, is that every single person around you will feel the vibrations and the prayers that you say to yourself. So the highest frequency, so remember, the universe doesn't speak English, it speaks vibration. So when you say the words, I love you, it's a vibration. Te amo, sagapo, that's the same vibration, different languages that we've created as human beings. This is a high vibration. I love you. Please forgive me. Forgiveness is a high vibration of letting go of this negative energy. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. And thank you. Gratitude. So the reason why these work is you are forgiving this version of you who didn't know any better. You're apologizing that you hurt this version. You're grateful for the trauma. When you're grateful for the trauma, it makes you who you are. The more trauma that you go through, the more gain that you go through. The more pain, the more gain. So these are frequencies that you can focus on every single day. But personally, I'm just going to be personal. I'm going to be real. I'm going to be a human with you. This can get boring sometimes. And sometimes I want it faster. So what I do is a combination of positive affirmations in the mirror, always thinking about what I'm grateful for, but really that deep shadow work. A combination of both, that's productivity. That's definitely healing your soul, healing what holds you back so you can allow it in while also being that positive vibrational match. The Ho'oponopono, ancient Hawaiian prayer.
I love this so much. And it's one that I will get really into, and then I'll kind of forget about it. And then I'm like, oh my God, I should be doing it every day. But so let's do this. If you're down for it, I would love to say it to you. And by the way, I just really want to emphasize two things. And I did that. My husband and I went to a Tony Robbins event and we did it together, and it was so powerful. But there are people that were there as singles and they did it with strangers. But I just really want to say two things. One is, Jen, for people who, whether you're in a relationship or not, the idea of you're saying this to yourself, to me, is profoundly powerful. But I also want to add, saying it with feeling and intention and sincerity is the big amplifier. To say, I love you. I mean, it's a start, but to say, I love you, that's a big difference. And to your point, it is all vibration. So the intention, the emotion, the sincerity is key. So if you're willing to indulge me, I'm going to say the Ho'oponopono prayer to you. Everybody, I want you guys to do this with us. Write this down. It's actually going to be in the, it should be in the Power of Manifestation journal. And honestly, like Jen is saying, if you do it in the mirror, if you do it with, whether you have a child, a partner, or you just do it with yourself. So Jen, I'm going to do it with you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. And I mean, did I hurt Jen? Do I need to ask her for forgiveness? No, but this is for me, right? And we are all one. I mean, we are all connected. And the fact that you brought this up, like this wasn't on my radar. I'm like, oh my God, girl, I love you. Like really. And just for everybody to take something that is so simple. I mean, the data behind this is really profound, right? So I love that this is something that you have in your toolkit. And I get that it can feel, a little boring and like, okay, we've been there, done that. But I also feel like sometimes these really basic practices that are profound, they're the good ones that move the needle. Okay, last question on healing work and the shadow work. When it comes to Carl Jung and just a bunch of the practices that you studied and the people that you've learned from, are there any other, if you will, tools? I mean, we talked even a little bit about inner child work. Anything else that you're like, you know what? I also sometimes sprinkle this in just because this is so foundational. But the other thing I want to add, so much of manifestation is about vision boards. It's about visualizing what we want. But dang, guys, I'm keeping it real. Without doing the shadow work, it's a lot of chasing. And if you feel like you're not worthy of having that beautiful relationship, and I kind of, like whether it's a beautiful house, a beautiful car, the beautiful relationship, if you don't feel worthy because you haven't done your shadow work, it is going to be frustrating. And let's face it, a lot of us have experienced or we've seen others say, oh my God, manifestation doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work if you haven't done that foundational work that can feel so freaking scary, especially for those of us who have had real capital T trauma. And I don't want to get into capital T, lowercase t. Small traumas, big traumas, they're all traumas. And they're all what we've experienced and what hold us back. And if maybe weren't seriously abused, but if you were a little bit neglected day after day, you may have a really hard time feeling love and feeling worthiness. If you lost a caregiver early on, that was a shock to your system. I mean, there are so many ways that we all experience trauma when we were little. And so I'm passionate about this, and I know you are too, Jen, because by doing this work, and there can be real big breakthroughs real fast, and it can take some time, right? It can take years to get to that highest version of ourselves and be able to quantum leap and all that cool stuff that manifestation people talk about. But yeah, any other tips or hacks? Because this, to me, when each of us cracks the code on this healing, not only can we really manifest in our own lives, but like you were describing, we really shift the relationships we have with the people around us, with our children. And even if we don't have, some of you are gonna be like, no, I'm not having children. Fine. But you still impact your family. You still, and to the extent that there is a reincarnation, many reincarnations in front of you, which I personally believe, it's like, you might as well do it now. Don't be reincarnated as a something or a creature that is suffering.
Yeah, so I like how you said most people think that manifestation does not work, but it is so, so simple. It's not working for you because you're emitting negative energy. That's all it is. So you ask yourself, what is the negative energy that I'm emitting? Because I don't have it. I haven't pulled it in. And to touch on, it's not only your future, but it's also your past. If you take a look at your eyes, you take a look at your hair color, who was that given to you? That was given from your great-great-grandparents. Every single thing, you are an embodiment of everyone before you. Everything, every single soul that you've ever been within your family, not even just your family, but everyone in general, you are healing every single person. And that's what heaven truly is. Heaven is found from within you. So you're asking, what is one last takeaway, a healing method that's absolutely profound and life-changing? I'm going to bring out, and here's the thing, I'm going to bring out the entrepreneur version of me right now, because there's that spiritual version that's all about inner peace, meditation, home. However, there is that version that you need to unlock. It's the beast within you. So we have two paths that we can take. There's the comfy path, where we're doing the affirmations, we're healing, and healing feels cozy sometimes. Sometimes it feels really hard, but here's you. This is what really, really quantum leaps you. It's action. It's not just sitting and affirmations and changing your vibration, but it's also in combination with action. The universe loves when you don't procrastinate and tell yourself, I'm not healed yet. I want to be single because I need to heal myself. No, you need to take action. So the thing that scares you the most is a tunnel or a path. This is really scary. It's that one business that you want to go pursue. It's that one relationship that you want to reach out to, that job, whatever it might be. This is usually the thing that scares the S out of you. And you always avoid it. No matter how much you heal, no matter what you do, most people, 99% of people, take the easier route. So this has to do with your actions. When people ask me, what is my purpose? I'm healing. I work with thousands of people that are healing, but they're like, I still feel that something's off. I'm like, you are procrastinating on the thing that scares you the most.
Oh my God, I love this so much, Jen.
Yes,
keep going, girl.
The reason why it scares you is because, like, even when I was hopping on this right here, my heart started pumping. I got nervous. Why do we get nervous when we get on stage? Why do we get nervous? It's because your heart gets excited because your soul knows that there is success and transformation here. This is where you will require an extreme amount of change in your biology. And when you chase after things, there's going to be a lot of failure. Most people avoid failure. They heal. They do all these things, but they don't want to fail. A program has told you that failure is a bad thing. When you went to school and you failed a test, oh, that's a bad thing. No, you need to chase failure. If you want to ask me what is the last thing I say, chase failure. Chase the thing that scares you the most, because that's what your inner child, she's scared because she's been told it's not possible for her. So when you chase after this is what I did, and this is what scaled me to my success today. I chased after the thing I was avoiding. That's your purpose, and that's your soul.
Oh my God, I love this so much. I can't even tell you. I mean, right? It's like there's so many of us live with that resistance and that fear, and we'd rather be comfortable than, back to this main character business. The main character, guys, they're going for it. And it's the hero's journey. By definition, you have to fail. You have to fail. You have to fail if you want to be your most alive, excited, energized, kick-ass, soulful, highest self. Because it's just the absolutely inevitable path. And you find out when you fail, guess what? Ding, ding, ding. You're okay. That thing that you were scared of, that being dropped to your knees, it didn't break you. And not only didn't it break you, it gave you a strength. Back to the superheroes, since we're talking main character energy, it gave you, it enabled you to fly, right? But I think what you're talking about, I'm also an entrepreneur, that willingness to step into the unknown, to face that fear and chase. Because I know a lot of manifestation is like, don't chase. But in this case, I say, chase it like your life freaking depends on it, because it does. And guess what's high vibe? Excitement is high vibe. Getting out of your comfort zone is high vibe. Putting yourself out there, as scary as it is is high vibe. And I love it too that you're just calling it out, that so many people, not only are they afraid, but they make excuses and they procrastinate, and then they wonder why they feel stuck, right? It's back to, we all have so much more power than we realize, you guys. We really do. All right, Jen, we are coming to the end of this amazing session. I love it so much. It went in directions I totally didn't expect, which is great, which says a lot. I'm going to give you the last word since you are our guru. We've covered a lot between doing the shadow work and the absolute necessity of healing, into vibrational matching, getting into the law of attraction. So anything you want to either emphasize or just a final word on any of these topics?
Just remembering that the sooner that you are you, everything that is trying to reach you will find you. The people that are trying to reach you will find you. The sooner that you find your authenticity through your soul, through your healing, you don't chase, but you fight. You fight for that version of you. It's your moral obligation to rise to the highest frequency, to draw in all the abundance. It's not greedy. It's what God wants you to do. God wants you to become this version of you so that you give this to everybody around you and you heal. The purpose of life is to heal.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. To heal, and then to have the courage to be that. And to me, I always say, Andrea, you have to be true to yourself. So to me, it's having that courage and being in integrity to be that highest version of yourself. And if that's not main character energy, guys, I don't know what is. Okay, love again, Jen. You are the best. If you are not following her on social media, please, please, please do. She, as you can tell, she is amazing. She has courses on her site. She's got the Shadow Within ebooks and so much more. Thank you. I've loved this session so very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I hope you loved that episode as much as I did making it and having that incredibly high vibe, inspiring, actionable conversation with Love Again. Jen, don't you love her? As always, if you have not gotten the Power of Manifestation journal, I know I talk about this every time, but I do it so deliberately because so many of the notes that we are highlighting in the sessions are in this book, and it just makes it easier to pay attention, to write your own little notes down, and then being able to come back and internalize it. And I'm passionate about it because guess what? I've done so much to change my own vibrational match, and my life has transformed. Okay, that is it for this session of the Power of Manifestation. We'll see you at the next one. Thanks for tuning in.